Let's go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to We Go Deep with Kathleen and Sarah Joy, or Kat and Sarah. So today we thought we would explore a question people ask me a lot. So a lot of times people ask me, is it possible for emotions to get stuck in the body or to be stored in the body? Is it even a possibility? And the good news is no. But I used to say yes. I used to tell people yes. And yeah, it's the body follows our thinking, so our thought in the moment. And if we're thinking the same habitual thoughts in given circumstances, our body will feel like we have that emotion stored or stuck in it. And it can look like that, but the piece that people often are missing, or people who speak about this, is that we have that thinking that the ability to change our mind in any moment, or the ability to shift a story, or to let go of a habit of thinking. We have that power, and our body just follows our use of thought.
Sarah Joy, I love what you said, because what resonated for me is habit of thought. So I think that if we have the habit of a stressful thought, worrying about XYZ, and we think that thought to a degree that we kind of believe that. I do think that, like, for me, if I worry about, when I used to worry a lot, I still worry about a specific thing, like quite often I would feel it like in my solar plexus. So I'd feel like this nausea. Well, that I think is where people could get confused and say, yes, or let's just say it's something from the past. Whenever I think about this, traumatic, whether it was little or big, or thing that happened, or where I made a mistake, I just feel tension in my neck. So that thing that happened to me must be an emotion that's stored in my body. No, what's happening is in real time, in the right now moment, we are bringing something from the past or something from the future to the present moment. And yes, the stress really, really does create, we know, it creates a hormonal cascade of stress hormones in the body and certain neurotransmitters, and then tightening of blood vessels and tightening of muscles, like but that's not stored. That's happening right now. And they may have, like, oh my gosh, I got this knot in my neck, like it's been there forever. That's because in every now moment, when they think about this stressful thing from the past, and like that muscle sure has had a lot of, like, if I do bicep curls, every day, the muscle's going to get bigger, and perhaps that knot in the neck is going to be a real thing, but it's not a stored, because what you said is that in every moment we have the choice, we have the ability to let go of the stressful thought or the memory or the worry from the past. So whatever you said.
Whatever. What she said.
I said what you said. Like, well, like, our emotions stored in the body? No, full stop. We're done. But not really. I think we see it. We see it. And our goal is to help other people see it.
Yeah, people think that past events, trauma from past events, or emotions are stored in actual body parts. Like, it's in my shoulder, it's in my knee, and they have to do something around that past thinking to help their body heal. or stop hurting. But it's actually just settling in your thoughts, settling, slowing down, taking for most examples of that, it's taking your attention and placing it elsewhere. And it's interesting. I used to say that my neck hurt all the time, and my neck would hurt when I talked to my mother. So it's my trauma from my childhood making my neck, and my neck is, bad or whatever. And somewhere along the line, I got suspicious about that. First, I don't remember why, but I started to notice that my neck didn't hurt all the time. Only if I thought about the things that happened, and if I thought about them in a negative way. I could even think about the things that happened, because they happened. But if I thought about them as a neutral, like a historical record maybe, or something without emotion, if a neutrality, my body didn't care. It didn't hurt. And our body is very moment to moment. Our body's always present in the moment with our thinking and what we're telling it in the moment. And so our thinking is fluid. It's always flowing. And so is our body. And if it looks solid, or if it looks like something is stuck, or if it looks like it's, my neck always hurts, it's an indicator to put our attention elsewhere.
That's that I wanted to go there. Like the body is brilliant in
Yes.
that when we are thinking and focusing our attention and putting, circling the drain, as one of my friends says, with a stressful thought, with a worrisome thought, with a reliving a trauma from the past, if we don't realize that we're doing it, our body, EI neck pain, is going to go, check engine light, hello, right? Like
It's telling you, just stop.
it's
Stop.
brilliant, right? It's giving us, I think I heard Dr. Bill Pettit say, it's a love note from the body,
Mhm.
Or it's a flashing neon light, however you want to look at it, trying to get our attention to say, like you said, settle down, slow down, focus your attention elsewhere. Like, you don't have to think that.
Yeah.
We can choose not to think that thought that is clearly stressful thinking, because we feel it in the body. And it's like a beautiful feedback system.
Yeah. And we misunderstand the feedback system so often. We think it means give more attention here, give more attention to the emotion, go into your anger more, go into your hurt, feel that hurt even more, or try to fix the hurt. Maybe you don't have to feel hurt about what happened. Oh, wait. But then all that does is you're now cycling around the same old thing, same thinking. You haven't actually taken your attention.
Right.
Your attention is still on the thing that's causing your body to give the alarm. So it's just going to get louder. You're going to have more neck pain or whatever it is. The alarm will get louder, and the love note will get even
Exactly.
more.
When we go into fixing, trying to figure it out, trying to fix it, it's just a form of overthinking, which creates stress physiology, And the other thing, I did it for years. People do. They go to the body. Well, let me deal with this knot in my neck. And at some point, people will go like, oh, okay, I created this with my thinking, and then go to where you said, like, okay, now I got to work on my psychology. But and there's nothing wrong with going to get a nice, deep tissue massage, or some kind of trigger point therapy for this. Like, cool. It's give your body some attention. If it if that feels intuitively like the thing to do. But you can't just try to address the body without the knowledge that it was thought and the misuse of thought that caused the stress that resulted in the check engine light going off.
Mhm.
And oftentimes, when people see that, that's it. Now, this inside out understanding that we refer to, um, John Sarno's work is quite similar to it. And what I loved about his work with people with chronic pain was just his focus was understand how it works. And that's all you need to know. Once you see what the intelligence, the brilliance of the system is doing, there's nothing else to do. You just understand it, have the understanding. And that's what's so cool, because it doesn't result in overthinking. I got to go back and heal the past. I got to meditate today to get rid of the stressful thoughts. How it's going to light up for someone, how they're going to have an understanding of what we're talking about. We don't know how that's going to happen, but just hearing this kind of conversation, I think, will people to start, the wheels will start turning, or they'll get a feeling. People may listen to this and just go, I don't know what they're saying, but there's something about what they're saying that just feels, I feel myself settling. It feels true. And that's what we want. Like, don't go up into your head necessarily. Just listen to beyond the words of what we're saying.
I want to
And
tell people to go enjoy their life.
see what your body does with that.
Yeah. In that space of see what your body does, or like you said, there's nothing to do, there's just understanding how it works. In that space, if there is an actual something to do, it comes to you like a knowing. That's where the knowing comes. And yeah, it might be go get a massage, it might be get a medical checkup, it might be go have a nap because you're tired, or it might be do nothing. But if we're so busy picking through all the thinking that created the problem and trying to find the stuck emotion that doesn't exist, you never get, you just stay in that. You never get to the place where you settle enough and see what your body does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have the deepest compassion for anyone that's listening who has a serious diagnosis, because it applies to whatever symptom that your body's expressing. It applies to all of it. Some of it just looks bigger and scarier and leads to, and also I think blame or thinking it's your fault, that is not helpful at all. It's what we do until we know better, right? We're going to overthink things, and then that creates more stress physiology, and that creates this disharmony in the body. So two things that I want people to know: if they have what looks like a serious diagnosis, the conversation we're having applies to that. And no matter what, so, I know for me, like when I started hearing things like this years ago, I think, oh yeah, my fault, my fault. Okay, I created this, like, this heavy guilt. Like, it's just what humans do until we see that we're operating from misunderstandings of how it all works.
Yeah. There's no, see, I would love it if we got rid of blame and guilt. And it'd be so much easier. Because it's just how, like figuring out how your toaster oven works. If you know how it works, you can operate it so much smoother and better, and not always be frustrated when you burn your garlic bread or whatever. And people, there's just so many misunderstandings about how humans, how we're designed to operate and work, and
when someone sees that they've been operating under a misunderstanding, like no judgment, no guilt, like it's time to love yourself more, give yourself some compassion and go, oh yeah, okay, I created some havoc in the world, in my body, and now I know better, like
yeah, and I would say, like, me too.
yeah, oh, like
Everybody me too.
no, I am talking, I'm looking at Zoom and I'm looking in my own eyes. I'm talking to me, a human, like all the humans out there. Yeah, me too. And still, like I'm still, having eyes for ways that you know, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm on to myself now. And then I know that there's, I'm the unconscious incompetent. Like I know that I don't know what I don't know till I do.
That sounds funny. It sounds so brilliant. You don't know what you don't know until you do.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, anything else today? We're just gonna drop that and off we go.
Yeah, yeah. I think we both have some curiosity about, you know, looking at this inside out paradigm and its relationship to the physical form of our body. Like we are getting a lot of questions from our clients and people and other coaches actually, like, yeah. And so I think it's going to be cool. Like maybe we will, whether we do it consecutively, we're planning on doing a few more, so stay tuned, because if this interests you, we want to go a little bit deeper. And I don't know, there's a way uh somewhere in the notes here with our podcast where people can reach out to us. Like if they have a specific question, that would be cool. Somebody has a question about, a particular thing going on in their body that they would like us to address. I'd be up for that. What about you, Sarah Joy?
For sure.
So
We'll figure out how to do that.
send us an email, either one of us.
Okay, so thanks for listening, and stay tuned for more about the body and how that works and how you can have more ease in your life and your body in general. Bye.
Bye.